Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Supercoach 2023 video where today we'll be discussing the round 3 review. But before we get to that, we have a new sponsor in honor of one of our rookies who most people should have in their forward line. We are now sponsored by Cheezels, or in my case, Chazoos. Because the Aldi version is probably reflective of my rank. So, without further ado, let's get to the team. Okay, so we have a round 3 rank round 3 score of 2,130. Which was, in the top 33%. And hey, my ranking's gone up 5,000 spots to 72,000. So, if we're going up, 5,000 per round, we should get to the top 1,000, by the end of the year if we keep going, if we keep taking this trajectory. Okay, but we've got a long way to come back. And actually, I'm just curious, what was my rank last year at this time? After round 3, it was only 13,000. Okay, so I'm a long way behind that. All right, so plenty of work to do, but we can get there. Trades that I've made this week. I traded out Shrek Darcy for Darcy Cameron, which we'll get to in a moment. I took out Chesser and brought in Jack Zeeble, and I traded out Sam Doherty for uh, Setterfield. And with those last 2 trades, use a little bit of DPP magic. Good. Didn't get on the Chandler train, but I think I've got a couple of rookies that have similar scoring and break evens. But anyway, let's have a look at the team. Okay. Load. All right, so starting off in the back line, we've got Nick Dacos. I put the VC on, 109. I didn't take that, but this is always going to happen. Everyone's going to trade him in this week before the price rises, and he puts in his worst for the year. But we can't be expecting 140s every week from Nick Dacos. Ridley, 96. Yeah, he wasn't looking good at halftime. He was on, I think he was on like 30 or so at halftime. But, did a few intercept marks, a few rebound 50s, which are big points in Supercoach, which, I thought he had the capacity to do. But, 96, so we'll hold him for the moment. Jinbi, he's a gun. 104. I don't think in the second half, I don't think West Coast even had a bench, so he wasn't able to come off the ground for a rest. So 104. Everyone should have him, and he should be on your field. Okay, Connor McKenna sort of had a great first half. I think he was on 40 odd at halftime, but then didn't have a big second half. 57, but most people would have him on the field, I would imagine. Josh Gota, don't think he's as highly owned as the rest of the defensive rookies. Now, 46. Now, he was on about 20 or so at quarter time, and I thought, yep, he's on track for 80. But, I didn't even see him on the ground. I was like, where is Gota? Where is the GOAT? But, he ended up scraping a 46, and, he's someone that we've got to look to move on, I think. Darcy Wilmot, 69, nice. Had him on the field instead of Constable because, he wasn't named, but he was still listed as an emergency in the Gold Coast Geelong game. So I just fielded him. Like, I thought if he came on as the sub, like, I could have looped Wilmot and Cowan, but if Constable was named as the sub, then he came on and scored like a single figure score, then we'd be screwed. So I just went, Wilmot on the ground, and it wasn't looking good at 3/4 time. I think he was on something like I don't even think he was on 20 at 3/4 time. Then he came out and scored And then, so he was playing on the wing first 3 quarters. And then I think Brisbane moved Rayner to the forward line, who, Rayner was playing halfback, and moved Wilmot to halfback. And yeah, that's when he scored 50 points in a quarter. So if he can hold that halfback spot, yeah, they've got Rich out, Brisbane. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how long Rich is out for and whether Wilmot can hold that spot. Hopefully he can. Cowan, 51. Yeah, everyone's got him. Yeah, he can just sit on the bench. And Constable didn't play, played in the twos. Not sure how he went. But yeah, might be stuck with him maybe. Okay, so if we go on to the midfield, Rory Laird, 114, captain. Yeah, every time I was looking on fan footy, I saw Laird on the bench. Like, why have you got your best midfielder so much time on the bench? In a big game like a showdown. But 114 wasn't a disaster. A lot of people might have had Bont as their captain, or well, if you have him, you would have had Oliver, which really hurts because he scored like a 166, so he's someone that we've got to get into our team. But yeah, we're gonna have to pay up for him if he doesn't have a bad game soon. But yeah, Rory Laird, come on, mate, I expect better. Actually, I don't blame you. I blame Matthew Nicks for dragging you for so long and keeping you on the pine. Bontempelli, well, he had a great game. He was on like 70 or something at half time, but yeah, he ended up on 89. A few clangers, quite a few free kicks against. Like, I think he had 5 free kicks against, which is unheard of from the Bont. It's usually the other way around. It's usually him that gets the free kicks. But highly owned, and yeah, that'll be about his lowest score for the year, I think. Josh Kelly held on to him after he had a concussion. He was out for concussion last week, and he repaid me with a 148. Thank you very much, Josh. And I think he's only, what is he? Let's have a look. What's his ownership? 3% of teams. Oh wow, he's a real pod. Okay, so, well, a lot of people must have traded him out. I imagine a lot of people would have traded him out to like LDU, and I feel for LDU owners. Man, late out with about 5 minutes before the game, and yeah, then this everyone obviously trying to trade him out, and and weren't able to, or not trade him out, but move him to the bench. But a lot of people might have had Baker as the emergency, so he would have got his score anyway, unless you had Hopper. But yeah, feel for you, owners of LDU. Tom Green, back to my team. Tom Green with a 100. Yeah, turned up again. We'll take that from a 550k player. Setterfield, 82, was okay. We wouldn't be expecting a 140 from Setterfield every week, but he still has a very low break even in the negatives, I believe. And yeah, he'll still go up in price, and maybe he's our way to get to like an Oliver. Okay. Callahan. Wow. 37. Oh boy. All right. You're definitely a trade out candidate. 37. I think he had something like 11 touches. I'm pretty sure. I saw him get burnt by his teammates. Not giving him the ball, and like he was just another one that was, where was he? I didn't see him on the ground. I watched the whole game. I didn't see him. But anyway, and every time I did see him do something like, it was a turnover or he was getting burnt. But anyway, yeah, trade out candidate. Ashcroft, 80, right on his average, 80. So yeah, everyone's got him on the field, or most would. Don't really have to talk much about him. You field him. Mackenzie, yeah, had a good bounce back game after pretty subpar performance last week, but yeah, 89. We'll take that from a rookie every single day of the week, and yeah, he'll continue to make money. Philippou moved to the midfield bench from the forward line, so I could get in Zeeble. 51. Yeah, he's okay to just have on the bench. He'll still make money. Baker, great game, 95. He'll hold his spot. Well, assuming Bevo, he doesn't get bevoed. And like, hey, yeah, you had a good game, but yeah, you're dropped because we want to play, you know, we want to play Cody Waitman as a ruckman or something. I don't know. But yeah, no. Jokes aside, he should continue to move. And Davey, 66, he was okay. Rowan Marshall, disappointing, 78, playing against Sammy Draper. Yeah, I don't know why, but yeah, it seems like Sammy Draper, any ruckman that plays against him seems to score a bit lower, I think. Yeah, so, but he's very highly owned and yeah, he'll bounce back. Now, Darcy Cameron, oh boy. Just traded him in this week for Sean Darcy. Scored 89, so he scored a decent score. He's been in great form and he's cheap. He's made like 30k this week, but he's got a knee injury and he's a must trade. So what we'll do with him, well, we'll go through that a bit later. And Nick Madden didn't play. Okay, on to the forwards. Josh Lee Dunkley, 108. Yep, good from him. That's what we expect. Connor Rose bounced back from a 90, got a 126. Yeah, so that's what we expect from Connor. Good boy, Connor. Taranto, 112. Yeah, I think his efficiency was, quite a little bit up from previous weeks, I believe. Could be wrong. But, yeah, 112. That's what we expect from you, Timmy. Errol Goulden, not as busy as recent weeks, but 85 against a strong Melbourne side. Yeah, we'll take that. Like, he'll score better than 85. That's what I expect his floor to be. Jack Zeeble, Jack Zeeble, 78. Well, not a bad score, not a disaster, but man, I saw him miss. Like, someone else came in and took a few kickouts. Like, some of them were Sheasel, but yeah, I saw someone else. But like, hey, just please, North, just either Zeeble or Sheasel to take the kickouts, please. All right, and yeah, he did have a quiet first quarter. Like, I think he was on 10, and I thought, oh no, what have I done? Like Zeeble, yep, he was a trap, but yeah, it was okay for the 78. And Sheasel, my man. Hmm. So after a couple of 114s, he's come out and scored a 120. And yeah, he's already gone up over 100k. Wowee. And you know what? Playing on Good Friday, might set him as the vice captain. All right. And we've got Noah Long, 78. So he's my, a lot of people will have Chandler, but I've got Noah Long. And Fergus Green with a 51. So he'll be a slow burn as well. Whoops. Yeah. And he's gone up 28k. All right. So what are we going to do with the trades? So first off, we're going to have to trade out Darcy Cameron. And now I'm thinking, who could we go? All right. I'm thinking two options here. So, I've got a lot of money in the bank, so I can afford anyone. All right. We've got Tim English. He's got a massive ceiling, but I owned him last year, and yeah, as soon as he gets like a concussion or any sort of niggle, like his scoring goes down, and 1 week out turns to like 4 weeks out. Not sure if I trust him. So either him or Jared Witts, who, I didn't pick him because I expected him to come down in price. Look at him; he's actually gone up 11k. So, and I expect him to be pretty durable, ruck all year by himself, or will he ruck by himself? Because Ned Moyle from Gold Coast apparently got BOG in their big win over Geelong in the reserves, and they won by like 100 points against Geelong. Wowee. Yeah. So those are my two options that I've got. You've also got Toby Nankervis. He's scoring has had a pretty good start to the year. Only owned by 1.8%. Riley O'Brien, like he can be a bit up and down. Matt Flynn, he'd be a good value option, but it seems to be like a merry-go-round with the rucks. So 1 week it'll be Flynn, next it'll be Kieran Briggs, and then the next will be Bruce, who I think is injured, but not sure when he's going to come back. Who else have we got? Marshall, I've got Grundy. 509, save a few dollars, but Maxi Gawn will eventually come back into the side, and then his scoring will go back down. Sean Darcy, I'm not going to trade him back in. I know he scored 132, but he was rucking against no one, pretty much. No disrespect to Bailey Williams, Jamison, one of those two. I'm not prepared to ride the Sean Darcy roller coaster. De Koning, no. Blixarves, no. Too up and down. Not sure of role. McInerney, no. He's not scoring enough. And So it's either out of English or wits. So I expect them to score similarly. I think I'm going to go wits because just bad memories from last year with Tim English. All right, and they have a good bye as well. The Gold Coast Suns, where it's just them and Geelong, so he'll be handy throughout the buys. All right, next. So we've got 174, 500 in the bank. So I'm thinking either Gota, who could still make more money, or Finn Callahan, who's break even. So that 101 he's scored is now out of his scoring system, and he'll have a high break even. I'm just quite sure what that is, but it would be around about his average, or maybe just below. Okay, but he does play my Bombers this week, and he has shown that he has a ton in him. So, but let's just have a look at our options anyway. So, do I go up or down? Got 438 to play with, so let's sort by highest price. Alright, so none of these guys I can afford. Where are we? Alright, 438. So, can't even afford Trent Cotchin. Okay, so from Jai Caldwell downwards. So, yeah, it's not looking good. Jai Caldwell, Harms, Heppel, definitely no. Berry. Taylor Adams? No. Oh, geez. Taylor Adams only scored 32 in a full game of football. Wow. Nick Martin? No. Rory Sloane? Yeah, no. Not liking any of these options. Cunnington? 62, playing, he played a full game as well. No. Don't think I'm going to find anyone here. Domsheed? No. That ship sailed. Lockie Ash? Anyway, no. Alright, so let's see. Let's just sub Gota to here. Let's see what defenders I could bring in. Okay, so for 438, Darcy Moore, Himmelberg, Braden Maynard. If Himmelberg could get back that defensive role, that would be great. But that's not going to happen. Heppel, Fox. There is one person that's on my mind here. Where is he? There we go. Someone who I contemplated starting. Will Day. 400k, 139, playing midfield. He's not going to play North every week, but that 139 will stay in his system. And if we can get him in, still have 35k, he can make some money, and maybe we can go up to someone like, one of the top 6. Jeez, I'm just burning through these trades, aren't I? I really don't want to use a boost this week. So yeah, that looks a little better. Ooh, maybe... don't really want Gota on the field. Who's playing who this week? Or I could just even still hold Callahan defending, depending on whether he gets dropped or not. So North have got Carlton. Saints have got Gold Coast. I could probably put Philippou on the ground. Bulldogs. Richmond, yeah, it's a pretty tough opponent. And Essendon, who have we got? GWS. Okay, so I could field. Don't want to field Davey again because that didn't work a couple of weeks ago against the Gold Coast. But I think I trust Philippou on the ground more. Okay. Alright, so yeah, I'll still make up my mind with that. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.